Hi guys, Dr. Lester here, and today I want to talk to you a little bit more about blood sugar, but today we're going to be talking about artificial sugars. Artificial sugars they were created as a way to actually help with blood sugar, but little did we know it actually made it so much worse. Artificial sugars are everything from like the Splendas, I can't even think of them, Sweet and Low, all of those things. And on the back of your food label, it's going to read as sucralose or aspartame for the big hitter ones. And saccharin is in there too. Those are going to be the big hitter ones that we want to avoid. There are going to be sugar alcohols, which I'll talk about in just a second too. So artificial sugars, the reason why they are a problem is because for two reasons. One, they're still extra sweet, right? So you're still telling the brain that to crave this level of sweetness and that you're getting this level of sweetness. So we didn't actually fix a behavior. So the body still wants this level of sweetness, and the behavior is then going to be to encourage that level all the time and not fixing the actual behavior. So however you get the sweetness, your brain is going to be trained to want that, and that is a problem when we're talking about some of these things with blood sugar management. The second part is going to be where the brain literally doesn't understand what's happening with artificial sugars. So you put this sweet whatever on your tongue, and your tongue tells your brain like, hey, there's sugar coming into the bloodstream, be ready for it. And the brain tells the receptors to start looking for it, and the receptors are like, dude, there's no blood sugar in this bloodstream. And the tongue's like, I don't know what you're talking about. The tongue told me that there's gonna be sugar here, look harder. So the brain cell receptors reach out to insulin, like, do you see anything? Or to the pancreas, do you see anything? And everyone's like, no, there's no blood sugar here. And the brain is like, I don't know what to tell you. One of you guys is lying. It's either tongue or the cells/pancreas, but y'all gotta figure it out. Like, this is not appropriate. So the body starts getting really, really confused as to who to talk to, because there's this input coming in that there is sugar there, and then there's no sugar. So your body doesn't know how to spike it appropriately or drop it appropriately, because we're getting this input, and so we're assuming that there's something wrong somewhere. So this is going to screw up a lot of the insulin glucagon ghrelin combination, because we don't know how to rely on this information. Third, is that this kind of goes through your system and wreaks havoc, because your body knows how to process things that are natural, but all of these ingredients that we put together that your body doesn't really know how to process, they end up tearing up your gut a little bit, having some inflammation, and having all sorts of side effects that we didn't plan on. So that creates more inflammation, which creates higher blood sugar and really confuses the system. And then lastly, when we were talking about how your body is craving the sweetness, a lot of these artificial sugars are 3, 4, 5, 6 times higher in sweetness than what natural sugar is. And so you end up craving even more sugar than you would naturally crave. Think of it as like tolerance to a drug. So these artificial sugars are really doing a lot of damage. And then when you try and go just to regular sugar, your brain wants a level of sweetness that requires so much sugar that it has a hard time doing it, which leads me to my last way of how to manage this. So getting off of artificial sugars is absolutely crucial to managing blood sugar, because again, you're tricking the body into not knowing what's going on. So at least having the sugar your body knows what to do with that. Even if it's not happy with how much sugar you're actually intaking, it at least knows what to do with it. So let's start there. Now, as you're actually taking in the sugar, your body is going to have so much, the blood sugar is going to be so high because you're taking in all of the sugar that you were tricking your body you were taking. So your body's going to have a response of, how do I deal with this? And you're actually not going to want sugar. You ever have those moments where you have too much sugar, like maybe when you binged on Halloween candy or something and now you feel sick and you don't want any more sugar? That's the idea. So your body's going to have that kind of response because it had entirely too much sugar and now it has to try and get rid of it. But at least it knows how to do that. And then it's going to slowly reduce your cravings for sugar because we remember what that was like. And so we want to tone it down just a little bit. And over time, your body will start understanding again how to use sugar and reduce the craving that it had for sugar, which is ideal. So artificial sugars are a friggin' nightmare. You do have some versions that are acceptable. These are going to be your sugar alcohols and stevia. So stevia is a natural product. Your body does know what to do with it. And it doesn't seem to trip up your system the same way. However, it is still very, very sweet, and it doesn't fix the other problems of your brain craving sweetness. So there is that caveat to that. Same thing with sugar alcohols. Sugar alcohols actually do have some side effects that like diarrhea and stuff like that, that most people, and stomach upset, that most people just kind of write off, but there is an upper limit to sugar alcohols. So also being careful with those, but at least your body knows how to process those. So as you are making the transition, those might be decent options. And also because everything is ridiculously sweet, if you're out and about, then reaching for stevia or sugar alcohols is a better option. And sugar alcohols are not what you think they are. They have nothing to do with actual alcohol, just for the record. This is just an ingredient that is normally that you might find in, like, let's say all natural chocolate or whatever when they call it that. So I hope that helps, and we will talk later. Thanks, guys.